Hello. You all guys can hear me, right? So these guys can have screen, right? So let's begin. So this is my session on. So what are the developers here? Like any PHP developer? One. .NET. Okay, so you are all alone here. This other .NET guy. Right? The purpose is like, for example, normally when you just remember this Azure functions, Microsoft Azure, right? It comes onto the mind is just only Microsoft. Any other platform might not support for that. That's the main thing comes to it. Like if you come from Azure, you will come to like C#, any other Microsoft language plus Visual Studio. So my idea is to show you, okay, if you're a PHP developer, you can use the same Azure functions, Azure services using PHP. Anybody done PHP? Okay, this is me, right? That's me. I'm Microsoft MVP on Visual Studio Technologies. I'm an associate architect at DevStars, and we are working on community developer forum. And sometimes I take photographs as well, right? And what is Microsoft Azure? Anybody knows about any idea about it? Just speak up, because this is not just a session. I just come here with these slides, and then you guys just listen and go, right? You can talk, it's better. Azure is like, so this is the explanation we have on Azure website. It says Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services, blah 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 blah, and that is cloud, right? I haven't seen it. I have to work on this Azure. I just seen this console or the portal, Azure portal. What it looks like. It's free, right? 200. You get $300 of what you might have it today. Small thing. You can just use it for like 3 months. I'll show it to you. It looks like this. I just go to my browser. This is my Facebook. Where is it? Yeah. Portal.azure.com.
Fiqri.
Okay. So this is you have to that. So this is my portal. This is Azure portal. This is how it looks like, right? You have this. These are these items you have in the left side. All the services you have. If you can click on this one, get all these services. These are called blades. If you click on one, you click this, and you get information for that. It looks like a normal tab chip thing, but it's very informative. And this is how it looks like. All the services, right? Now for PHP, how many guys have you worked on this command line? Type things. Doesn't matter what you have here. Can you see the screen? The text is visible, right? For everybody? Yes. Can you see this one? Right? No. Yes. Right? This is the command line. In shell, you can work on these things, right? You have, like, for example, PHP, you have to install PHP here. This is the version I have. It says 7.114. And again, with PHP, normally comes with MySQL or MySQL. MySQL version, you have MySQL. These MySQL versions I have, right? It doesn't matter you are on Windows, you are on Linux, it doesn't matter what you are on. So if I go here with my slides back. So, we have looked at the report. Now, this is PHP, right? So, for example, if you want to work with PHP on Azure, it doesn't matter whatever the platform you are in. It doesn't matter if you are in Windows, for example, these are the toolings you have, right? Visual Studio Code, that's a tool. It works on Windows, it works on Linux, it works on Mac OS. It doesn't matter where you are, it works fine. And it has this code intelligence plus the debugging facilities and all these source code repositories or Git repository information. And all these small icons, for example, all these icons will be showing all the extensions you have for this Visual Studio Code. You have Angular, whatever you need, it's there, right? It's the basic thing of PHP. You can just, for example, if we just go here, this is Visual Studio Code. Current version I have, the version will be, this is running on a Mac. This is the latest version I have, right? This is Visual Studio Code with all the extensions. You click here, you get all these extensions. You can download any extension if you want, like okay, PHP extensions. Just type it, you have it there. Debugging facilities, intelligence, code completion, everything you need. Even the Azure tools are there. You can just use this one tool to make everything from the start to end, right? Now, for my demo, this one, these are things you need. Basically, I'm using Git. Have you worked with Git? Anybody? Git. It doesn't matter on the command line or even in Visual Studio, whatever tool you're using, as a repository, you can use this, right? You can use Git to publish to Azure directly. And then you need PHP. PHP I showed you. Let's have a look on this hello world simple demo. And just try on my to make sure items preferences font is a little bit bigger. Let's make profile. Text. Well, you all can see this one now. Let's go here. Right? Everybody can see, right? Now, if you want to see this, like for startup, like normally you can start with a normal PHP application without an issue. Right? Other thing is you can use the samples from Git. Normally from Git you have here, just get my text editor. For example, Git. Just go to history. Git. Let's say okay, Git clone. You can clone from this one. This is the GitHub address, https GitHub. So you have here, this is my code. You see this line. So git clone the GitHub location Azure samples. Azure samples, we have lots of samples there. You can start with, right? And then you can just say, okay, start my thing. For example, I just copy this one. And go here, I just paste it, or I can just directly type it, just paste. And then press enter. Now it's cloning your project, right? I'm directly getting my thing from the Azure samples. So this is a very good startup for you. For example, if I go to open my Visual Studio Code, okay, just go here, you open it, file, open. In Ubuntu, if you're working with Ubuntu, you just go there and just code dot, it will open from that directory, right? On Windows, just go to different thing. I just go, this is my folder created, I just open it. So this is the index PHP. Everybody can see it, right? You see the code. A simple PHP application. This says hello world. Nothing else, right? Now, if you go to command line, you can just type it here. Or in the Visual Studio Code, you just go here, view, integrated terminal. You get the terminal as well. You can just type here. Even this is the current folder, right? On PHP, by default, it's supposed to server. You don't need any Apache or any other server. It comes with a built-in web server now. Just say PHP -h, let's say local host, and you can tell okay a port. Now the server is started, right, from that location. Or you can use, there are different things, but in here this is a normal built-in server, comes with PHP. You can use for development purpose, but it's like single thread, right? So the multi-threaded thing, you can work with the development purposes only. You can just start from that, and then you go to your browser. You go to a Safari browser, and then it says localhost 8000. And the port here 80, right? This is hello world, right? Or even you can just log your, this browser uses okay localhost 80. It works fine. Now how do you send it to Azure? Now we have to deploy into this Azure. You can use the same Git console to do that, or you can just directly using FTP. Right? For example, if I go to my Azure portal, go to app services. What's an app service? In Azure app services, we normally on the lower. In a web hosting facility, it says a normal web. You can host a web application there, right? With a database, it gives you all the facilities you require for a web hosting, right? For example, I'm going to create a new, say add, Scholar, this web app. I'm going to select this one, and then you have to click create. Here you have to give your web application name. This is the URL. This is the URL for your web application where if you type this URL, you can just directly access this one. You can give any name. So normally I will say, okay, Global Azure Bootcamp 2018 demo, or you can say 2018 1, right? When you access this website, it says gabc2020181.azurewebsites.net. Then you have to select a subscription. You might have subscription here, they are listed down, maybe a Visual Studio One and any other sponsorship subscription or whatever you paid one. So maybe normally when you just use your credits, you will see it as a free subscription there, right? Everything else will be the same, only the subscription will be changing. Next one, you can select operating system, Windows or Linux. It's up to you. Normally, I prefer if you're using open source application, you select the Linux one, right? To click on the Linux one, then you get these options, runtime stack. If you click on this, there are lots of stack. You can use even .NET Core on Linux. So that means .NET Core even is a like open source thing and cross-platform. You can use a Linux container here, and then you can use Java and Ruby, any PHP version you use here, right? You can select PHP 7 by default and then create. Or you can select this one, app service, the location. This is a very important thing. Selection of location, right? Our region is like a Southeast Asia region. It's better you select a data center near to us, because if you select the US or UK or any other servers, it will be a time consumer. Because I can show, because I have, for my demo, I mistakenly select a SQL server on US area, so there's a small lag there, right? If you select this one, Southeast Asia, or it says West Europe, I just select a create new one. And then you have the list here, right? East Asia, Southeast Asia, you have information there, and you can just select prior and OK. So I just select this one. And the next thing is this resource group, right? The resource group, it's like resource group says that you can just categorize your services. This is my area. If you have a resource group for demo, for example, I have a resource group saying demo for demo purposes. All my demos are already inside that. So if I delete the resource group, everything will be inside this resource group will be deleted. It's better. Okay. For example, this is my product resource group. This is my development resource group. This is my QA resource group. And a different resource group, you can just continue on these things. It's better to like categorize your services, right? Next thing, okay, the resource group is done. I'm going to create it. Now it's validating. Now we have created a PHP application local, right? We have a hello world application. It's from the Git. Now next thing is we are using the same Git repository to upload my web application to Azure. Okay. Right? Let's see it's happening here. Still it's updating. If you click on this one, it says deployment in progress. That means still deploying, right? So for any questions on that one? So even though PHP developers, without any questions, using Microsoft tools can do the same, right? So there are different things. For example, in the next demo I've been showing using MySQL. PHP MySQL with a Laravel application. Anybody heard of Laravel? Right? That's a PHP MVC framework. It's like a popular framework. You can use it without an issue. You can use Cake PHP. You can use WordPress. Because any PHP application with MySQL without an issue to deploy to Azure. Right? Once deployed, you have it here. You have 3 options to deploy your applications. Where is it? This is my global Azure thing. So I'm going to click this one. You can see, okay. It works fine. We see a default application, normal default, whatever the landing page. So because it takes time, because we have selected Central US, so that's why I want to say. Because if you select a near one, this is your Azure application is up and running now. This means your setup is okay for Azure. Now next thing is to deploy it, right? How to deploy it? Go back and you select. First, I'll just step by step. You click on this one. You click your service. And then you just scroll down, say deployment options. You click on that. Right? You have different options here. So this is very important if you're using a continuous deployment to your service to Azure locations, right? So now I'm going to click a source. I'm going to say local Git repository. And then click OK. Understood? Right? Now I have a local Git repository. Now if you click on this overview, you see apart from the FTP, you get this one, Git clone URL. Now there's a Git repository directly to a production server, whatever it is. You have a server, you have a URL. If you click on this one, you can just copy paste it. You see it here, just paste it. See, this is my URL. It says HTTP, my name, and the URL for this Git, and then automatic, right? Now we have a local host here. Then I need to add my repository to remote repository from my local into for the remote one. This is how you do it. Like the git add remote add Azure in this location, right? You press on. Oh, sorry. So you have to go in back to the folder. It's on Windows, it's on Linux, it's on Mac as well. So you just go to your folder, you click open repository, and you say okay, git, say PHP. This is the one I have just add and open. So it shows all your options, the commits and all the. It's a very nice little tool. It's a very graphical tool. You can use it, right? So now I'm going to add my just same command. This is the one. Okay, git remote add and press. Now it's added, right? Next thing I'm going to add to git add dot. They have added. Now next class what I'm going to do. Now you have to commit your changes, right? Git commit command my PHP application. Now commit is done, right? In the commit. Let's see. Let's push it. git push. Now it's directly, we have added the remote thing one now down, then pushing to the password. You should see it's pushing all the code up there. Let's see what's happening. So this is like simple steps, right? You work on this, or you can create branches. For developer branch, you can just create. This is the master one. I'm directly pushing, right? Simple steps. You work on your command line. If you normal PHP developers, all these guys know these things. So Windows developers, how to do that? In Visual Studio Code, while it's pushing on, Visual Studio Code, you have an extension called Azure Tools for VS Code, right? These tools will help you to do it like on your code using. It's like graphical using which you can log in it. When all the information here, you can just tool for Visual Studio Code. If you click on this one, just close this. Azure Tools for Visual Studio Code. All the necessary stuff is there for Azure Storage, for Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Application Services. All the tools are here. It will be coming here. You can just log in and then you can use it, right? Let's see. First, you writing objects. It's updating the remote branch. So you can just, if you see these things like generating deployment script, website, all you can just modify, and then you can just create this pipeline. But okay, when we in between we need a testing, right? The test, now everything is deployed. Let's say the index PHP is going off. Now everything is done. Let's have a look on the code. This is my localhost one. This is the Azure thing. You just refresh it. You can send over there. Right? Simple as it. There are few steps, right? Just write code. And then what if you modify this code? I just go back here. Just close this extension. Go back to my code. Just delete everything and say, okay, HTML. Press enter. You have this HTML code, right? I think you have all these snippets. Then say, okay, Azure. Do Azure Bootcamp. And all these colors, you can just install extensions. Whatever you need, this colorfully, there are lots of extensions, you can just download them for these colors. It's up to you. And then I'm going to delete these things. You don't need this meta report. And now, H1, Azure Bootcamp. Slash H1. Save it. Now you have modified your code. Now here says your code is modified. Right? We have an extension for Git. That means the code is modified. You can just again add this one, commit it and push back. Just go back to the shell. Let's say Git and Git commit. We did the modification. Now Git push Azure. So simple commands, 3 commands, again you can change it. It takes time sometimes because of this US if you select a resource group near Southeast Asia, it will be much quicker. Right, it's now updating. Let's see. So while it's going on, yeah, it's going on. When it's going on, I'll just show you the next slide. Here, right? Next thing will be MySQL. MySQL is a database. Everybody knows it. It's a Linux, it's a cross-platform database. Again, it's run everywhere. Even though now my SQL Server 2017 is cross-platform. Have you heard it? You can install it on Linux, and it works on Windows as well. Even though if you have a Docker container, you can install it inside the Docker and it works on Mac as well. Right? Now, this is MySQL. I have installed MySQL. On Mac, you can install MySQL. This is updated. I'll just refresh the screen and show it to you. So it's updated, right? The code is there. Now in MySQL, this is MySQL, U, that means user, and my password. This is MySQL, you have to store databases. If you install PHP-MyAdmin, you can just directly access this one as well, right? And there are like the tools as well. There's a MySQL GUI bench. You can just use MySQL bench. You can just install it, work with that as well. Right? It doesn't matter what the tools you are using. This is MySQL database locally. Let's see. Now next step is this one. Any questions so far? You're just silent, so you didn't understand it or you understand all. What's that for you? Or this is like going over your head. So you have to talk, right? So normally we did when we do speaks outside the country, they ask questions, they talk with us. So we don't know you understood or not. Or you, sometimes we say, okay, we don't care. It doesn't matter for us. We just came here and just listen. Because if you ask questions, I can just give more information. That's the idea. You came here, you spend your time here. It's better you ask questions. Okay, if you are using PHP, MySQL, no, I want to use PHP PostgreSQL. How can you do that? Or I'm using PHP SQL Server. So those kind of things should arise. So maybe, I don't know, because normally these Sri Lankans doesn't ask questions. Maybe they understand it all or they don't understand it all. Right? So this is my MySQL, and next step on my session, let's see. Yeah. This is simple application I'm going to build using task. This is a task thing. So it uses PHP MySQL, and these are things you need: PHP, Git, and Composer. Have you heard about Composer? Have you heard about NuGet? What is NuGet? NuGet is a package manager, right? So normally it install everything with these dependencies. So Compose is a dependency manager for PHP. What it does was it just get all the things you need, and if you want information installation, you just create a configuration file and you just say Compose install. Everything will be installed for you, right? And then these are things you need. OpenSSL. This is for Laravel, PDO, MySQL, and MVStream. These are like small PHP modules you can install. If you want on Linux, you can say, okay, apt get install PHP OpenSSL. It will install it for you. If you on Mac, you can say brew. It's called a command called brew. Or in on Windows platform, you can use directly NuGet on Visual Studio. Right? Let's have a look on this one. Again, I'm going to use the same thing. Let's see. Go back. History. So this is the one. Again, it's also inside your GitHub, right? I'll just show it to you. GitHub. It says okay. Just paste it. Scrolling. This is a small application. You can do it step by step. You have everything there. It's set up. Then download it, and next time you say let's go inside normal task. So you have your thing, right? Now again you have Composer. Composer can be installed, and then you just say Composer install. All the dependencies will be installed. Right? It's downloading and configuring. Now everything is done. You have everything there. Understood? Right? Again, I'm going to go back my Visual Studio. Just file open. PHP. This is the code. You have everything, right? This is the environment file. You can just duplicate this file and select all this information, the connection, all this information. If you see this code here, I'll just show you a completed code. Open. Go back PHP. Completed. This is my task. It's the same thing. And only difference is I have to do this environment thing. Environment, development environment, and there's another environment production. Right? You can tell these commands, for example, here, just say, okay, git. Here it says here, PHP artisan means the web server, and then migrate for production. The database will be upgraded. This is my production server. If you just say just migrate, it will be creating all the database information there, right? For your thing. So I have like created, it's the same thing. What I have done with the hello world application is the same thing for the others. This time you just do the same thing. You can follow this tutorial because of these time limitations. We had an issue on this starting this package. I just stop it right here. It's the same. You can follow this tutorial if you want. It says if you just go to this website, it says Azure or PHP Azure Dev. And you have this documentation. Right? Now you know how to start it. This is the main issue. Next time you just go here and click on this one. Create PHP MySQL application, Azure App Services, deploy to Git. Right? You click this one. And then you go back down. Click this one. Right? Step by step, tutorials there. Because I have updated here in Azure because I want to show it works fine. Let's say, okay, global Azure. So just go to my portal, the app services, and this is the one. The same thing, you just can update, and I just click. Same procedure. You have this task manager running, right? The same thing. I just click task 1, and task. Continue. So this is the like I was just informing you. It's not a different serve. You have this task 1. You click on it, and then it says task complete. There's a step by step. The procedure is the same. You get it from the Git, and you do some changes, and you update back to Git, right? Step by step is there. You can skip those. There are some command line tools, command line information saying, okay, create a web service, create this thing, but you can directly go to Azure portal and do those things. It's the same. You create app service, you create a Git repository, and then it's the rest, right? So that's it for now. So actually, I was prepared for the Azure tables, but I couldn't do it right now. So what I can do is I just create another demo on YouTube and just share it for you. It's the entire thing, the whole process, right? For now, that's it. So there will be next session on, yeah. So there will be a question on points. So if you just go back to the screen, where is it? Just take one by one. Demo is done. These are the principal sponsors we have. And the sponsors, and me. You can just rate my event. You can just use this QR code, and this is there will be a raffle based on this rating. Right? You just go there and just your name will be. You just go there, then you can rate it, and you get an email. Right? If you confirm only, the rate will be there. Then you will be counted into the raffle. You can just do a comment. Or you can just see www.rateevent.com rates CAAA 953.
We'll be tasting a picture of this on the outside.
Oh, okay. So you can just.
But try to do the rating now itself.
Yeah.
I believe that everyone has QR scanner with your smartphone.
Yes, there should be, right? Okay, you just throw the phone away and then buy new one with the QR scan. The next event. Right? Okay, now there will be a question, and Again, okay, this right. So, there's a question for you that for a small person, you can just raise your hand quickly on PHP. You have a question now. Okay.
Basically, this is about
Yeah. It's like you have a local one, you're sending it to the public one. That's fine. Yeah.
my question is in terms of exactly how do we manage the environment? Like,
Environment variables, it's a very good question. That's why I show you there's a file called here. This is the environment variable file. It says .env. All your environment variable will be under this one, app name and app name, right? On Azure portal, you go there. Just this is your application, and you have application settings. And you can create all these environment variables, right? In the host and everything there. Now, next thing is inside your code. For example, if I go this database, sorry, config database. Here, you have to use this env db host. Then you can just pick up from that one, right? On ASP.NET, you normally use webconfig file. So this one, you can use this environment. That's it, right? I think we can give the person to him because that's a very good question. So I don't have to ask any questions. Yes, we can have it to him, right?